This is a crypto emergency. Cryptocurrencies continue to go lower and crash lower. Are they going to go lower? Should you be selling? How can you play this market? We're obviously in a bear market, but how can you make money in the market if it keeps going down? What should you do? Should you be selling and let it drop further as everyone says is going to be happening? Well, guys, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you everything and showing you that this has happened many times before. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened when this happened before. So guys, continue to stay tuned and just relax. Cryptos are going to recover. Bitcoin, Ethereum, the good cryptos always recover, and they have experienced many times these crashes. And guess what? Right after these crashes, they go right back up. Just like in a bullish market, when everyone is super bullish, everyone's thinking that cryptos are going to the moon. And when that happens, when people are too bullish and everyone's bullish, that's when the market crashes. But guess what? When everyone is bearish, when the market just keeps going down and down and down, and people think it's going to go down to forever, it's going to go down to zero, that's when the market recovers. So we're going to get into this video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, smash up the like button, subscribe with notifications on, and we're going to dive straight into the content. But before we do, guys, even though the market has crashed, we're just going to take a look here off my balcony, and we can see the ocean. You know, you guys should take a deep breath, go outside, relax. It is a beautiful Sunday, or it may be Monday, depending on where you are in the world. But look at how beautiful it is out here in Miami, the crypto capital of the world. And then we, of course, have our trusted analyst, Yoshi. Yoshi, come here. We have Yoshi right here. Yoshi, sit down. Yoshi's been a little naughty today, but you know, he's still hanging in there. He still is holding his Dogecoin bags, as you all are, I'm sure, aware of. Yoshi, shake. Good boy, good boy. He's a good dog. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more Yoshi content. So let's get into the charts, guys. Let's get into the charts. So what we are seeing here is we're just going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart. We know that the altcoins have been decimated, guys. When there are crashes like we have been experiencing as of late, the altcoins get decimated. The altcoins take a huge hit. But what's very interesting is today, cryptos continue to crash. They crashed lower last night, and they just kept going lower and lower and lower. And today we had a really big move to the downside. And that's what caused this big move where Bitcoin went all the way down to, look guys, $26,000. And then immediately after, it bounced up super fast, and we're trading at about $28,200. So this is actually really good news. We are back to 28,000, but it is not over, guys. The drops are not yet over. We don't have confirmation of that. This does look bullish, guys. This does look like some support structure. We will be bouncing up from this level here, but it's certainly not confirmed. Bitcoin needs to break above this trading range, which it had struggled to break above yesterday, and that's going to put us around 29,000. And Bitcoin can break above 29,000. That's going to be a good sign for us to head up to 30,000, and that's going to be a great sign for the entire crypto market. But let me zoom out here, guys. So Bitcoin actually almost went to the all-time lows. Bitcoin did not hit it, which is a good sign, but we went back down to the same exact level, which every time we come to this level, which we've only come down to this level once since Bitcoin has broken above $30,000, this, I think, is still the bottom. It may not happen. It may not end up playing out to be the bottom. We could go lower, of course, but I still think that this is the bottom. We came really close to it, and this is forming what we are seeing now, and which could eventually play out. It's called a double bottom. A double bottom is a bullish reversal signal where the price comes down to the support level once, it creates a low, and then eventually it goes up, it bounces up, it does whatever it does. With volatility, it comes back down again, and usually comes to about the exact area, or very close to it, maybe a little under it, maybe a little above it, to the support level. And this could end up being a bullish reversal signal. And what this means is that the bears are trying to get it past under this level, and they have failed to do so. And so the bulls are holding up very strong, and it shows that there's a lot of buyers and buying strength at this level, preventing further downside from this area as of what we are currently seeing. But the current pattern, what we are seeing, this M pattern here, guys, we see like this M playing out. That is not bullish at all. And let me show you guys, this has actually happened before. So when Bitcoin broke down last year, this was in May all the way to about July, Bitcoin was in the same exact region, just a little bit lower. And look at, Bitcoin had come down all the way to 28,000, came back up. Look at exactly what's happening over here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Bitcoin came down to 28,000, came up and came back down. Look, the same exact thing happened last summer. Came down, we bounced up a little bit, and look, we came lower. We came back to that, just about that same exact support level, and then we came back another time. So we had a triple bottom, even more bullish. But look, guys, we would go up, and with volatility and with FUD, we would come back down. We tried again, and then eventually, look at what happened. Bitcoin from 28,000 went all the way to 69,000 in a couple of months. So that correction, guys, lasted a couple of months. So we are in this bearish correction. We are in a bear market that can probably last a couple of months total, and we're going to bounce up. We are going to bounce up eventually. Yes, there is FUD out there. There is inflation. There's the Fed meeting that's going to be taking place on Wednesday, which can further crash the market or it can pump the market. But for sure on Wednesday, guys, there's going to be a lot of volatility. There's going to be volatility leading up to it. But tonight we could have a recovery move. We could have a recovery move in the crypto market after this crazy crash, or we can continue to go lower. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But the market overall on the charts is bearish. The market is bearish, guys. We are set up to head down lower, but as we have seen Bitcoin play out historically in the past, how it's trading, there is a possibility and there's a resemblance that Bitcoin might hold up the bottom that we hit today, that it might not go lower. There's certainly a possibility it can go up, can go down further, of course, but there is somewhat of a possibility that this may be the bottom. So that's what we are looking for. We're analyzing the charts to see what Bitcoin's next move is going to be. And we do notice that every time Bitcoin gets into that $26,000 region, it bounces up a couple of $1,000s, which is a huge move. It's a very fast move, and that does indicate somewhat of a bottom territory. If we continue to go lower and lower and we're not bouncing much at all, that is a very bearish sign that we're probably going to continue to go lower, because the strength of the bulls is getting very, very weak in those regions. Eventually, and when you get to such a bearish point, there are certain levels that the bulls cannot resist to buy up. So that might be the $26,000 region for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is at $28,000 right now. And in the futures market in a couple of hours, guys, it's going to be opening up. The NASDAQ futures, the S&P futures, they're going to be opening up, and those are going to be moving the market exactly at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Now, depending on how those open up, because the stock market was really bad, it was beaten really bad on Friday, is that red going to continue tonight and into the morning and into tomorrow? Is there going to be red? We don't know yet, but futures, depending on how they open up, can give us some side of an indication of how the stock market tomorrow is going to be playing out. If the stock market ends up recovering and getting somewhat of a bounce and seeing some green for the next day or two, that is going to allow cryptos to recover just a bit. But depending on what the Fed says, and if they're going to continue to be hawkish, they're going to continue to be bearish, and talk about they're going to be raising more interest rates, do expect a further drop in the stock market, which will most likely, very likely, trickle down into the crypto market as well. But here is the thing. Should you be selling your cryptos? I mean, what should you be doing in this type of environment? Well, here's the thing. You run the risk. When you sell, when things have already gone down 50%, 40% or more, there's at any second, the market can recover and bounce up very fast. So if you pull out, you can miss in getting your money back, your recovery, those profits back. And of course, there is a scenario where you can pull out now, and then if we crash further, you get lucky, we crash further, you can buy the dip and get more crypto. Those are two scenarios that you have to watch and play out. And in my videos, I try to help you guys to understand if we are going to go lower, and also my Patreon, where I do these buy alerts, and in my course, I teach you guys when to be selling and when to be buying and when to be pulling out into these types of strategies. So I highly recommend you guys check out the course and get the Patreon alerts. You get these market updates so you can understand if the market is going to be going back up, what it's going to be doing. But me personally, I try to sell, I try to pull out and take profits when the market bounces up, when it's green. And then after usually some type of green, the market crashes right back down. So be aware of that. And then when the market is red, it's just going lower and lower and lower. We've been red for several days in a row. That's usually gonna be a time soon after when the market bounces up. So I personally do not like to sell when the market has already gone down so much. That's personally what I do not like to do, because as soon as that happens, it bounces up, and that happens to me every single time. It probably happens to you every single time as well. Now, the time to be selling is after it goes up and the market has moved up 4 or 5%, maybe 3%, and then you see some support structure. Let me show you. Like, just for an example, Bitcoin popped up all the way the other day to about almost $31,000. So what I like to take a look at is, this is a 12-minute time frame. After these pumps, you see that there's a level created, a support level created, and it usually creates some type of structure, right? So when it pumps up, you will see after a pump, it'll come down and create a low. So we see these lows were created. So that creates a support line. When that support line is broken after a pump, it's usually going to have a huge move to the downside, which exactly happened. And also you can use the indicator like the MACD, which calls the exact tops most of the time, especially after these pumps. So you can take a look at the MACD. Whenever you see the MACD cross, it shows you that there's a change in momentum. So you see the MACD crossing, you see the support structure breaking down. That's a great indication to be taking profits and let things crash until you see the opposite happen. So that's just one little tip and trick that I do teach you in my course and in my Patreon to give you guys these alerts based on information like this. So guys, make sure you join the Patreon to get access to these trade alerts. Watch the course at MYLESGinvestments.com. It's going to pay for itself. And make sure you guys also claim your $4,000 deposit bonus over on Bybit. It's a great trading platform where you can make money by shorting the market. When the market goes down, you can short, you can go long, and whenever you just trade spot, when you just buy and sell cryptos, it is super cheap compared to any other platform that you are using. Highly recommend it, guys. Now that's going to be it for today's video. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the market. I'm going to be trying to update you guys as soon as possible when the market is moving down by just making quick short videos and updating you guys in the Patreon at all times. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around it to the end. I will see you all later.